Marie-Julie Jahenny was a French mystic whose prophecies are now chilling believers and skeptics to the bone. This is the story of an ordinary woman who had intense, detailed, and, let's be honest, terrifying visions. She saw a world consumed by darkness, nations turning on each other, and France as the starting point for a wave of chaos. She was born into an ordinary family in Brittany and had a deep spiritual connection with God from a young age, often praying for hours. This led to her joining the Third Order of St. Francis, devoting her life to Catholicism. That's one heck of a childhood to live, right? She was born with the purpose of a nun ingrained into her very soul. It comes as no shock that her life's duty was to hold the first country to embrace Catholicism accountable, France. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of her prophecies, let's talk about the biggest one, the Paris Olympics. One of her old predictions hit true in a very recent event. Marie predicted France would host events filled with blasphemous symbols. Maybe they were to look an awful lot like the 5 rings of the Olympic sign. People are linking her words to the recent opening ceremonies at the 2024 Paris Olympics, where religious symbols were being altered in a way that not only shocked, but disgusted people to their core.
The transgenders at the catwalk, and the clear symbology of the Antichrist riding the white horse.
This scene, aiming to capture a nightclub atmosphere, was praised by some younger viewers but was mainly criticized by others as a woke parody. It even caught the likes of Elon Musk, who claimed the show was extremely disrespectful to Christians.
The world is in uproar at the depiction of the Last Dinner. Do you believe this is an insult to Christianity and blatant disrespect of sacred art? Let's dive into some of her most shocking predictions, starting with one that may hit a bit close to home. Prophecy number 1, natural disasters. It's no secret that the world has been plagued by devastating natural events, but for them to be predicted years in advance is downright eerie. We aren't talking about isolated events here. Her words seem to echo in today's world, where hurricanes and wildfires run rampant. Currently, Hurricane Milton and the bushfires in Australia have everyone thinking, can these disasters get any worse? According to Marie, it's pretty clear that they probably will. This first appearance of this scapular will be a new protection for the times of the chastisements, the calamities, and the famines. All those who will wear it will be able to go through storms, tempests, and darkness. They will have light as in broad daylight. Such is the power of this unknown scapular. Skeptics are probably thinking that natural disasters are normal. They happen. The prediction isn't that deep, right? So then how do we explain her prediction about the pandemic? Does the disease that took over the world back in 2020 ring any bells? Back in the 1800s, she warned us of future illnesses that would challenge science itself, leaving us vulnerable in ways we never imagined if we didn't pray and protect ourselves. If an impious enters, he will be so struck that his conversion will occur. All those who will wear it will be protected from thunder, sudden death, and accidents. During the chastisements, they will be protected. Now there's a lot of speculation surrounding France. Did Marie-Julie foresee France as the first to be punished? While some dismiss this as religious speculation, her warnings about uproar in Paris and other cities have become hard to ignore. Just take a look at all the protests and social unrest that shake its foundation. She warned everyone of fires in Paris and floods swallowing entire regions, all of which can't just be predicted on a fluke. Here's a prophecy that has ruffled a few feathers of the highly religious. Marie-Julie predicted a deep crisis within the church. She basically predicted the fall of faith and the internal conflicts that would shake the church to its core. Does the cancel priests riot sound familiar? Look at the headlines. People are losing their faith in religion as a whole. And honestly, it feels like we're living through it. Don't you agree? here's the one that gives people the creeps: the 3 days of darkness. Marie Julie said that the world would be plunged into total darkness, and during those 3 days, hell would literally break loose. The only light that would work? Blessed candles. But only ones that were pure beeswax, which has churches across the world sourcing out the best of the best. We can't have the candles burning out in the middle of the night when we're all on the brink of extinction. She described thunder, lightning, the earth shaking, and demons roaming free. It feels like it's straight out of an apocalyptic horror movie and is giving everyone the chills. What might freak everyone out a little more, though it hasn't happened yet, so we don't really know if it's true, is that looking out the window during these days of darkness will cause you to drop dead on the spot. You heard me right. It's like the Bloody Mary horror game come to life. My guess is try not to make eye contact with a demon in the night. Keep away from the windows. If you believe any of this, then light some candles and start praying. Good deeds don't accumulate overnight. Unfortunately, the horrifyingly true prophecies don't stop there. Marie Julie predicted civil wars and the breakdown of social order. These days, the news is just flooded with headlines on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Israel's genocide in Gaza, the civil war in Myanmar, and the rise of terrorists in Afghanistan. The list is never-ending. People are turning on each other, cities are being torn apart, and governments can't maintain control. She described it as anarchy unleashed, and looking at the rising tensions around the world today, you have to wonder, was she right? We're nearing the end of the eerie prophecy on a note of hope. Again, this part hasn't exactly come true yet, but it's the part that everyone hopes will actually happen. Amidst the chaos, Marie Julie predicted the rise of a great, humble, and divinely chosen monarch who would restore peace and faith alongside a holy pope who would work to revive the church's true values. She claimed they would unite the world with faith, love, and justice. Now that's something we can all get behind. Wouldn't it be wonderful to catch a break from all the disorders? This isn't the fairy tale ending we're all hoping for, because we still have to suffer and live through the trials and tribulations, after which humanity would return to living simple lives and stay on the path of faith. If you're someone who prefers the finer things in life, maybe simple won't be enough, but if it saves us from decimation, then it might be something worth giving up. Now, do you believe these prophecies? Are they worth heeding? Or are we once again creating speculation out of an old mystic's extensive imagination? The demise of religion and the rise of science make everything very hard to believe. Whatever you believe, one thing's for sure: her story doesn't end here. What do you think? Are we on the verge of fulfilling Marie Julie's prophecies? Let us know in the comments.